Hey guys, welcome back to How to Make Bone Broth Part 2. We are going to finish things off today. I'll have another video in the future about how to treat your bone broth when you're ready to actually drink it. But today's all about sifting the sediment out of the broth that we've created over the last 24 to 48, 72 hours. I left my bones in there for 72 hours, so we're 72 hours post right now. I've let the broth come down to a reasonable temperature for me to handle, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this colander and this cheesecloth to sift any of the sediment, the bones, the bigger parts out of the broth as I pour it into a big enough bowl or saucepan or whatever you want to use in order to capture it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and you guys can kind of watch, and hopefully this will be successful. So as you can see, guys, I had a little bit of a cheesecloth malfunction where half of it got pushed out of the way, so some of the sediment got underneath. But I also caught a lot of sediment there as well, which is the point. So there's a little bit in my broth, but I'm not going to worry about it because it's nothing substantial, nothing crazy. So I'm going to leave it as is. And now what I have is a measuring cup and some mason jars in order to put the broth into. So I'll show that process as well. Okay guys, before I get this out of the way, I just wanted to show you here, I didn't have to pour the bones into the colander. They stuck in the slow cooker. So you saw the sediment when I gave you a close-up, but I just wanted to show you a couple of the bones here and how easy they are to break afterwards. So let me just grab one of the bones. You can probably see it real easy and clear here. And then, like literally, it is just crumbling away in my hand. So you can see that the bone just crumbles completely away. So I've done a good job of getting all the nutrients I can out of these bones. Now all that's left is putting the bone broth into mason jars and storing them for usage. So you can freeze your bone broth, there's no problem with that. I'm just using these 1 liter mason jars. They work perfectly, and then I just throw it in the fridge. I haven't frozen a lot of bone broth, and when I have, I didn't end up using it. I like to use it fresh. So I'm just gonna dish it out with, you can use a ladle. I'm just going to use a measuring cup. Okay, so halfway through pouring these into the mason jars, I did have another idea too. If you didn't get enough sediment out the first time, you won't necessarily have to refilter it with the colander and the cheesecloth, but you could instead use a cheesecloth, and I'm gonna grab an elastic band here, and I'm just gonna put this cheesecloth at the mouth of a mason jar, and then pour my broth in and see what we catch here. I can see already I'm definitely getting a little bit more sediment out of the bone broth. Okay guys, I did just want to show you real quick at the end here that I got quite a bit more sediment when I refiltered by putting the cheesecloth around the mouth of the mason jars. You can see how much sediment came out from the bone broth, and that might be the way to go in general, and that's probably what I'll do next time, because the cheesecloth shifted on me when I put it in the colander. I'll probably just put the cheesecloth over top of the mouth of the mason jar so that I can get as pure a form as I can and not have chunks in it. Well, there you have it guys, we're ready for a fast. We've got our bone broth jarred up nicely in these mason jars, filtered out really nicely. Looks like some good stuff. Happy fasting, guys. Keep fit, have fun. If you like this video and you took value out of this, please hit that like button down below and subscribe, and I'll be coming out with more shortly.